very much, and welcome to Real Life and What I Have. I'm your host, Anthony. On this episode, I'll be talking to a power duo here in Las Vegas. They're very famous, and you would probably recognize me if you saw them. But first, before we get into that, take a look at our new sponsor. Yes, we can sponsor that. Welcome back. Okay, now I'm here with two of Las Vegas' most famous actors, Eric and Judy. Now, you may remember them from episode 1 of my podcast. So it's going to be kind of an update. We have a lot more to talk about. So without further ado, here we go, Judy and Eric. Hi, guys.
Hi. Thank you for the introduction. We're not that famous, but I appreciate you, Anthony.
I think you are. I mean, you've done.
We've known you for a while. Yeah, we're really excited to be back, and we're really honored that we were your first guest as well. That's super cool.
Yeah, I went back and looked at it, and basically it's me kind of fumbling around, and then I was doing little clips of Eric and his rants on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about your acting. Now, you're in some kind of acting class. I would call it a group, maybe like an acting group, but can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so in 2019, we kind of just decided to sign up for an acting class and kind of see how it goes. It was a very tough time in our lives, and it was actually right before COVID. And it was actually Judy's idea because she knew that it was something that I wanted to do since I was a little kid.
I went on Groupon, and because I'm so cheap and Asian, I went on Groupon and I just found an acting class, and I was like, hey, this one looks good. You want to go? He's like, yeah, sure. Because, we've always been really shy, actually. We started our acting journey as adults, full grown adults, and in our 30s, and we had no idea what we were getting into. We just wanted to get into it because we were like, why not? What do we have to lose? COVID's coming. It's probably a really good opportunity because we're gonna get a lot of one-on-one experience with the coach. Again, it was kind of scary for me because it's something new, when you're going into something new, it's obviously you don't know what to expect, but we've been in it ever since, and we've been with the same coach, the same school, Dream Tracks Academy. That's our community, really. Yeah.
Well, that kind of leads me into my next questions about your movies and commercials. I've seen you both on different commercials, and I'm not sure, I haven't seen what you've been doing in your acting career as far as movies. And can you tell me more about that part of it?
This year I've been in I got a lead role in a short film called Love Goes, and it's about a mother who is in prison, and it's a short film, and then my daughter comes to see me, and we're talking about it, and we're talking about what happened between us, and things come up, and we're just having our final conversation, one of our final conversations of why I abandoned her, and why I chose this life. And it's directed by Isaiah Kane. Shout out to Isaiah. I also worked with him in a second movie, The Applicant. It's cool because I get to work with people who I also went to school with and also met through the grapevine. So and we were going to work in a play called the Almighty Low. It's on pause right now, but it's a very fun fun take on the religion of with God and Jesus, and everybody, it's like set at a bar, so it's like a fun it's like a silly, like quirky, like play. But hopefully Mark and Tamara Del Monte continue to pick it up, because we would be happy to do it again. And anything else Eric was add on to your
Yeah.
projects last year and this year?
Yeah. We've done quite a few indie films in
Yeah.
Vegas. Some great filmmakers here. And then I did a project in LA, small role in a movie produced by
Marcus Houston.
Marcus Houston, who was the younger brother.
Who was
and sister,
Roger
sister,
and
Roger
Tia and
sister,
Tamara's sister. Yep.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I'm supposed to shoot a student film where it's going to be a very interesting, challenging role that's coming up in the next few months or so.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to share that.
It's a little darker.
It's a darker film. I'm
Yeah.
gonna, I don't know.
Darker, more psychological.
Yeah.
A lot darker.
A lot of uncomfortable topics.
And then we've been working on our podcast, so.
But yeah, so it's a lot of experiences, but it's such a small community that the more you're in it, that you just kind of get connected, and everybody kind of knows everybody.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you in a play, and you were both fantastic. But Eric, when you were singing, I told you at the time, I loved your voice. Will you be doing any more stage work and maybe singing?
Yeah, singing is actually Judy's biggest passion, so
I
definitely.
love singing.
Yeah.
You'll see me karaokeing around here. The last event we went was like a Yelp Elite event, because we're also a part of Yelp Elite, because we love like food and we love reviewing. So like we got invited to this new spot. You remember the old Forbes here in town? Like
I think so.
So like now instead of Forbes, it's Dragon Gate. So they invited us there, and we got to like sing on stage, and it was just so fun.
You guys do solo singing or you do duos?
We do both. Yeah.
Both, yeah. So we're probably gonna dive into more singing. We would love to do more musicals and stuff like that.
Oh
too,
yeah,
eventually.
I love musicals.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time was Wicked, the one that just came out. It's crazy because I've never watched Wicked before. I've watched other Broadway like movies and stuff. However, I've never really watched Wicked. It just blew us away. We were like, oh my God, it was amazing. Did you watch it?
I saw it on TV, and I was trying to get tickets to go to the show, and I just never got
You
it.
must go before the other one comes out on November 21st. You got to watch it, and you got to tell us about it, how you feel about it. Yeah.
Well, I like the movie, but as they were singing and going through it, I was thinking, how are you going to put that on stage? Because it's so long and elaborate. To do that on stage, of course, the singing part would be great, but to do all the rest, I couldn't see it. That's why I want to go to see the stage show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to talk about your podcast. You are on the set of your podcast, so tell me how you formed that and how it's grown over. I guess it's only been a year, right?
No, it's been
since COVID.
It's been since COVID, so it's been a long time.
You told me that.
Yeah, we're just we kind of get spurts, we drag our feet. So we get some inspiration, and then we do some episodes, and then it takes a while, and then we do some more episodes. So it's kind of been a long process of growth.
Well, the editing was kind of like our headache, so we decided to just get somebody to help us edit, and then that's been helping us a lot, because now we're doing more episodes and more of what we want to do, because we don't want to edit all the time.
Yeah, that's the biggest hang up for us. We
Yeah.
we record it, and then it takes us a long time to get the episode out because we never get around to the editing.
Well, scheduling too, because there's 3 of us. There's not just 2 of us. It's me, Eric, and my brother-in-law, his brother. So like
Hmm.
like the scheduling is always, it's usually like we have like Sundays and Mondays available, and we
Hmm.
have to adjust everyone's schedule,
Hmm.
accordingly. So
Yeah, and we started in COVID because we went on vacation during
yeah,
COVID with my brother Michael and
and
a
all
group
his
of his
friends,
friends.
a
Is
bunch of optometry
Yeah,
friends. Yeah.
a bunch of optometrists.
Yeah.
That group, and then we just had such a great time.
Yeah. We had a really good, deeper conversations and a lot of
Mhm,
we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. We had a lot of, real conversations come out of COVID. So like we were like,
mhm,
and then we were talking about how like nowadays it's so hard to like communicate, and especially with like social media and like, the new generation, like sometimes, you see everybody just like, on their phone, like not paying any attention to anybody, and we're just like, we need to connect. We need to find that connection somehow. And we're like, why don't we just start a podcast? And we're like, okay, we're on our way home. And then that's how it started.
yeah, just we bought the equipment, and
Yeah.
then we had no
Yeah.
idea what we're doing. We
No
set it up
idea.
somehow, started recording, started out as just
Just us
audio,
talking.
just
Yeah.
us talking, and then now we have video, but even
Yeah.
the video is like, it's okay, it's one camera facing this way, and but so eventually we want to get multiple cameras
We
and
do. Yeah.
and have a better dynamic video,
Yeah.
like the professional podcasts. Well,
But yeah,
I
one thing
think
at
we're
a
pretty
time. Yeah.
professional, but one thing at a time.
Well, you're kind of moving into the next thing I want to talk about, and that's really AI. And I know, Eric, you went to an AI,
Hmm.
what was it, seminar? It was AR
Uh,
boot camp. So talk about the AI boot camp. But before that, how has AI changed the way both of you communicate through your podcast?
it was, I signed up because I was curious about AI. And
Hmm.
I honestly, I've learned a lot, but I haven't necessarily taken too much action in the AI direction because it's a whole
Yeah.
skill set and industry in itself, and you can create a whole business just using AI and stuff
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm.
And it wasn't exactly what I was thinking it was. It was actually just learning all the different AI tools out there and learning how to put it all together to create like a AI commercial or video or something like that. And uh, but I did appreciate what I went through and learned about it because I learned how to, I guess, use ChatGPT a little more effectively. I learned about what
Hmm.
the other tools are out there so that we could start using it. Oh, we signed up for a AI tool to start clipping our podcasts into short videos that we can share on our social media. But as far as how we communicate in our podcast, I don't think AI can really replace that because it's more about just we like having deep conversations, long form conversations with
Yeah.
each other and with our guests. So I don't think AI can really um, uh, we're not going to rely on AI for that.
Yeah. 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 I can see it doing like some really cool things, like similar to your ad that you showed us earlier before we started. And yeah, I don't feel as comfortable having like somebody, use me and putting AI as my voice. I don't, but I do see it like having some benefits and, some non-benefits, but like I know it's already here.
Mm.
However, we just kind of have to see like how we can work around it or work with it. And I mean, yeah, a lot of stuff is coming that's AI.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, no, I totally agree with you. It's good for some things. Some things I don't think it's really good.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I've noticed they trying to put it more into commercials and more into movies instead of paying the actors. Why pay them when you could just use their likeness and voice?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I get you on that part.
Yeah,
But
but I did a workshop with a big producer the other a few weeks ago, and he said something that didn't really, I guess, because I think I've had some concerns myself, like, about AI replacing actors. So, are we going to have a career? We're working so hard to break into film and TV, and but if AI just creates everything, then is there going to be a need for us? But he's like, I asked him kind of that question, and he's like, uh, AI is great, and it's an amazing tool for a lot of things, but it's never going to replace the human connection. So there's always going to be a need for us, so as creators. So that I think
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. It can't. Even if you ask AI to write a script, it's missing something. It's missing that
Oh yeah.
human depth,
Yeah, it is.
the authenticity of our connection and our struggles and all that stuff.
that kind of leads me into what I want to talk about, and that's relationship that you have with Tony Robbins. And I know you. I guess you've met him a couple times, and then you've done some of his classes. Can you explain how that philosophy has kind of seeped into your life?
Oh man, I've never met him.
Oh, I thought you saw him, or
I've done virtual workshops,
hmm,
which are like live events where
Yeah.
he's on camera like this, and there's like thousands of other people
hmm,
in the Zoom room, uh, where we're learning from him. And I've done basically all of his programs, workshops, in person, live workshops, but all through the computer. So I've
hmm.
never met him in person. We're going to our first live
Live.
event
Yeah.
in October, actually, which we're very
Yeah.
excited for. But he also, we came across his,
Well, he also couldn't do live events because of COVID. So
right.
that was how he decided to, you know, do his events because he
Hmm.
was like, I can't do it live, so I have to do it virtually. So
Hmm.
there's been a lot more opportunities for people to join because it's virtual and it's a lot easier to access
Yeah, you
too.
don't have to go
Right.
to the location. You
No,
don't have
you
to
don't
get a
even need
hotel
to.
room.
Same with auditioning. We don't even have to go. We just like audition in our room with our setup.
Hmm. So yeah, there's a lot of blessings in disguise that
Yeah,
came from
yeah,
COVID, but
yeah,
Tony came into our life because of COVID. Because before that, he didn't do virtual events; he only did in person.
yeah.
So
So that opened up a lot of doors for everyone.
right, and kind of like I hinted to in the beginning that 2019 was a very dark time in both of our lives,
Hmm.
and I was struggling with addiction and depression and a lot of shame and guilt and anger and all kinds of really bad stuff. And it was because of these programs. That's why I sign up for everything, because the first one had such an impact on me that I was just like, I need to learn everything I
Yeah,
can from him.
yeah.
And
And
it's
the first one was free. It was just like a free event because
yeah,
everybody was going through COVID. So he decided to gift this event to
hmm,
everybody to try it, you know?
yeah. He does a free event
Yeah.
every year,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can
Every
sign
year,
up
yeah.
for programs. But his teachings have completely changed our lives. It's helped me overcome addictions and depressions and all that stuff is gone. And it's completely changed me as a person,
Yeah.
and I think has affected Judy as
Yeah.
well.
And podcasting helps us a lot too.
Right.
Yeah.
And the podcast started because of the things that we learned.
Hmm. And the acting too.
The acting too. And it was because of the first event, the second event, the one first paid event that I did, and I kind of drag her into it with me a lot of
It's
times,
okay.
and I think she gets a lot out of it. But sometimes I kind of forced her to do it with me, um, but
Yeah.
but it gave us the framework and the mindset to really know how to be in control of our mindset and our
Mm-hmm.
emotions on a regular
Mm-hmm.
basis, and our our identity, how we see ourselves and how we claim to ourselves who we are,
Yeah.
and manage our emotions and our states on a regular basis, on a daily
Yeah.
basis.
Yeah.
And it gave us the framework of success, because you can learn success from other people. Success
Mm-hmm.
leaves clues, and success is a science. So he kind of showed us the framework of success, and how successful people think, how they see the world, what they how they think differently than most average people. Because before that, I had no clue how to even go about trying to create a life that I want. But after learning everything we've gone through, I feel 100% I know how to create the life that I want. It's just a matter of putting in the action. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's completely given us everything that we have, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't know. That's really, really good stuff. But
Hmm.
that kind of leads me into the next one, which is a little more heavier. Eric, when you and I were working together, we had some long talks, some deep talks about religion and faith.
Hmm.
To me, right this second, it sounds like you have belief, but you haven't transitioned into faith. And I know that's a big thing with you, but can you tell me about your belief? You and Judy, tell me about your belief in what you have right now.
Yeah.
We're kind of on the same boat, so.
Yeah. I've we're kind of both exploring,
Mm-hmm.
it all began because of Tony as well,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of spirituality that he kind of works into his program. And in the program, like the story that I shared with you, you know, when I was a little kid, I remember I always felt like I was on camera, or like I was always being watched by something. I couldn't tell who or what it was, but I always felt like I was being watched. And I didn't necessarily like that feeling, because I felt like I had to like be a perfect human being. I couldn't make mistakes. I couldn't do anything wrong. I couldn't say anything wrong. And it felt kind of uncomfortable,
Very suppressing.
very
Yeah.
suppressing. And at some point, I was like, I don't want to care anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm always being looked at or watched. But I remember specific experiences where I was a little kid, and I would be playing video games on the original Nintendo, and I would lose the game, and I would literally look up in the sky and be like, what the F? Like, why, if you're so good or you're so powerful, why can't you just let me win? And I would literally cuss out God, or whoever I was
The
thought
universe.
thinking about, who was watching or over me or something like that. And I was like, and then at some point I was like, what am I doing? Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, why am I yelling at, and I probably shouldn't be cussing out, whoever is looking at me. So at some point I kind of let that all go, and it kind of went away, and went to the wayside. But
This is why Eric doesn't have any white hairs at 40 years old.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I
He's very
kind of,
chill.
yeah, I just learned to let go of the things that I don't want, over time. But at the same time, because as a teenager, as a kid, you start to get curious and explore and do things you're not supposed to do. So, if you feel like you're being watched, you always feel guilty, or shame or whatever. So in response, I have to let all that go. I have to stop thinking I'm being watched.
For me, I think the the closest thing for me was, I mean, I never really grew up very religious, but my mom, always prayed to like Buddha, prayed to Posat. I saw it in the movies I grew up watching, the Chinese movies. Yeah, every once in a while I would go to the temple with her, but I would always have to ask, like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I probably don't look like I know what I'm doing, but I'm here. And then again, Tony Robbins does teach us a lot about like gratitude. So like he does this priming exercise actually that he does with the group. Sometimes you're in like you're doing an event and he'll bring someone out to guide us through it. And the priming exercise, all it is like, it's kind of like a little meditation where you close your eyes and then you're like imagining like all the gratitude, and you're just feeling, you're basically like in your body and you're feeling, all the everything that you're grateful for, and that all your good experiences, even though you're going through something difficult right now. Give this 15 minutes to yourself to like understand what you're going through and just appreciate everything that you have. I've never done something like that before in my entire life of existence. So it's something that I continue to learn to like practice. I don't do it every day, but it is something that is a good guidance because it makes you feel better and it makes you feel grateful, and like it's a very interesting like experience because you don't really give yourself like, I know I don't always give myself like 15 minutes in a day just to like, like listen to what I need and listen to what I've been through and listen to know to what I've been going through and just be like grateful and just sit in that, So, yeah.
Hmm.
It's pretty deep, I'd say, but it kind of leads me into the next kind of topic I want to talk about, and that is angels.
Mm.
Now, I'll tell you a really quick story how I found my angel. Well, multiple stories, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you a real quick one. Hopefully, it's quick. Uh,
Mm.
my grandmother passed away a while back, and she had a collection of a bunch of books. She liked to read books, about
Yeah.
space and spirituality and stuff like that. So as we were cleaning everything out, nobody wanted the books. I'm going, you can't throw away these books, they're. So I took all the books, I took them home, and I was going through them, and there was this one book called "Wisdom of the Ancient Masters." And it was
Mm.
signed and all this stuff. I'm going, hey, this is a great book. So I kind of
Mm.
read the book and I kind of uh, 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 went towards this one chapter on, I guess you would call it meditation
Yeah.
and how to meditate. And then this is how you would do it when you go to sleep, and it'd help you to go to sleep. Basically, you think of the colors green, and you
Mm.
have your eyes closed, and everything's green, 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 green. And then you
Mm.
think of the next color, blue, 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 blue. And then you think
Yes.
yellow, wait a minute, orange, yellow, and then white. And when they get to white, your body is supposed to kind of like release and kind of go up, or whatever it is.
Mm.
So I did this for a few months. Green, green, green. Oh, grass. And, green,
Yeah.
blue, blue, blue. And I went through this for a while. And then one night I'm just laying in bed. And I'm going, okay, I'm relaxed, calm. I'm going to do this. Okay. So I went green. All of a sudden it goes green, blue. And it went through all the colors super fast. And I went to white. And then I could feel something going through my body. And I'm going and I'm moving towards this white, bright light. And I'm moving and I'm going, oh no, wait, 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 wait. No, 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 no. I can't. No, no, no. I can't. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Boom. And I woke myself up.
Uh,
Well, obviously that's what I wanted to happen, but I was just too
uh,
afraid. I was too scared. So in that point
mm.
of my life, I was just too afraid to actually do it. to actually
Mm.
Yeah.
go into the next level. I don't know what I would find. I
Wow.
don't know what would happen, but I
That's
physically
interesting.
felt myself moving and going towards that light. So
Wow.
that kind of brings me to my angels. I've had experience where I've actually, I don't know if I should say seen, but I've had angels. I believe they're angels. I'll just call them angels.
Mm.
Uh, take over in situations. Like
Mm.
well, one time I was, cover your ears. I was drunk this one time,
Mm.
and I was arguing with somebody, and I was like asleep. And then I woke up. I'm going, oh no, wait, let me buy you a drink. Let me help you out. Let me do it. I had no idea what happened. All
Mm.
I know is somebody took over, remedied the situation. And then I had a friend going, oh, I can't believe you did that. You did this, you did that. I go, I don't remember a thing. But all I
Mm.
remember
Yeah.
is someone took over, solved the problem, and moved on. And it worked. And that's
Wow.
happened to me more than once. So
Mm.
I
Were
Mm.
you
so
drunk every time?
No.
I was not. I used to drink a lot, but I don't really drink anymore. Um, I've had dreams where I've actually thought about and I would say met my angels. There's more than one. I have multiple angels, different ages, different sexes. I like the
Mm.
female ones. They seem to come out when I
Mm.
having trouble doing relationships and stuff like that. They seem to help me more.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I've had dreams about them. I felt them, things like that. So Judy, you were talking something about angels that you also believe in it. Maybe not as much as I do, but you have a relationship where you might think you do believe in something like that.
Yeah, the only reason that I believe in angels is not because I've seen them at all, but it's because I've lost two babies. So I always refer them as my angels because every time I go out and I'm seeing stuff so differently because of the two losses, you know. So I had a miscarriage last year and I had one in 2022, November 2022, and then both of them were on the 21st. So I'm like, these are interesting. These are interesting signs, you know. So I'm just like picking and catching like different things because either it's me making it up or something is telling me to look for something when I'm like, going out. Like I see like a beautiful white like pigeon or something, and then I would literally just be like, "Hey, baby," like I would literally say hi to these these animals. It might seem weird, but it gives me so much like comfort, and it makes me feel like a sense of like you know they're here or like they're looking after me or something like that. That's the closest feeling that I can get to them. And then sometimes when I'm like dreaming, like they would come to me like as like a baby or something, but not often, like very rare, like in the three within 3 years, maybe like twice, or but like I feel and I believe like the more I believe in it, like the more is gonna come. So I'm still on like a early spiritual journey, very very early. However, like the more you open up and to seeing different things, and of course your perspective has changed,
Mhm.
the more you're gonna receive it, and the more you're gonna say, hey, like, hey, maybe you know that's my take on it.
Yeah, the more I explore and the more I look into it, I definitely believe it something's out there. We just don't know exactly what it
Absolutely.
is or how it all works. And I don't I've been exploring and I just don't know where to look, because
Right.
there's a lot of stuff out there, and I don't know what's actually true or what's real, and I don't know what's a good source. So that's kind of where
Yeah.
I guess our journey is, we're just looking. we're just exploring.
Well, again, it does sound like you're going in from a belief and you're transitioning to faith, but you're not quite there. So if you
Yeah,
want my 2 cents, which is not worth anything, uh,
of course it is.
when I transitioned from belief to faith, I
Yeah,
physically felt it and saw it. But
yeah,
to really grow that, I had to do a one-on-one, me and God, one-on-one, not religion, not the church or deacons or anybody else. It's just a one-on-one. So I would literally talk once a day, usually when I'm driving to work, once a day to God, say, hey, God, here I am, blah, 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 blah. And I would talk it out. I would feel a little bit better. And from that point on, I kind of felt if you get out whatever is inside you out in a second and not hold on to it, like Eric, when you were talking about that, I was thinking when I was learning craps and dealing craps, in a crap game, it goes fast, but everything has to be settled before the
yeah.
next roll of the dice. That's how I
Mm,
try to live my life. Get it out, don't hold on to it, get it settled, and just move on. And that
mm,
also helps me with the one-on-one because when I talk with God one-on-one, I'm just talking to a person that I could
mm-hmm.
feel is listening, always listening. Do I have something good to say all the time? No. But they're always listening to what I think. So now I also believe when something happens, it happens. Like today, we had a time to get things settled, but we changed the time. So instead of thinking about it or mulling it in my mind, blah, 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 getting upset or something, which I didn't, but instead of that happening, I just thought, that time that we communicate will be the exact time we're supposed to communicate. And I believe that in just about everything. It's
Yeah.
whatever happens, that's exactly when it's supposed to happen. Because I don't have control. No one has control. But if I have faith, then for me, it's a lot better. The last thing I want to talk about religion. I don't want to talk about religion per se, but
Yeah.
without let's say classifying yourself in a religion, you're missing the camaraderie of like-minded people. Although you do have that now with the acting group and so forth, but I don't want to say. I guess I'm going to have to say religious-minded people is another group,
Mm-hmm.
and so you might want to just pick maybe two or three and then go to their different churches and feel the energy that they have just to get that fellowship and camaraderie that might help you or might not help you. But I think what you're talking about is pretty much fellowship in a religious setting.
Yeah.
That's funny because that we were like we said we were talking with her friend
Yeah.
the other day about it,
One of
and
my
that's what she
friend.
said was why she goes to
Yeah,
church is
and
for that.
today's her birthday. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
happy birthday! I won't edit that out. But say her name again.
Yeah. Oh, Shar.
Happy birthday, Shark. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking to her about it last night. Yeah.
Yeah, about a big part of it is because of the community. Yeah. I
Yeah,
asked her why does she go to
absolutely.
church, and she's like, "Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's why."
Yeah. Well, when I was going, I don't really go that much anymore. I went with my wife, but after her passing, kind of wasn't the
Yeah.
same. So I'm gonna kind of get
Yeah.
back into it, but for now, I just have that one-on-one kind of meeting. So
Mm.
okay,
Yeah.
Eric, Judy, it has been a blast talking to you. We covered all kinds of topics, and the next time I see you, probably will be in a theater, and I'll be having some popcorn.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
So Until then, thank you very much, and I will see you next time on the next episode. If you like what you see, subscribe and see the rest of my podcast. Thank you. Thank you again.